Hi guys, everyone enjoy their holidays? Good to see, hope we're all ready for a big season. Now I just want to take attendance, make sure everybody's here. Humam?
Yes.
Sisfuante?
Yeah.
Ruse?
Here, boss.
Wheezy?
Yeah.
Hao Xiang? Hao Xiang? Where's Hao Xiang? Has anybody seen him?
Chairman sold him, boss.
What? Again? Oh, fuck. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 18 of the World Tour at Shanghai, Shanghai. It's a tongue twister, that one, in China, of course. And this is a brand new season. It may well be our last season at Shenzhen. We'll have to discuss that as the season goes on. This will be our third year at the club, of course. And you can see it's been a relatively busy transfer window. A little bit more eventful than I would have liked, with the chairman doing it again and selling one of our first team players. But let's have a quick look at who's gone in and out. A couple of loanees there. You can see Wei Yan. We've sent him back to Pasiba. Hopefully he can go out there. He can get some a proper season of first team football, get himself back on track, get over these little niggles and knocks that he keeps getting, and then come back a better player for it. So that's sort of the main loan out. In terms of other main outs, I guess, Zin has left. He was playing left back for us last year, of course. You can see his, I can't point at the screen, you can't see that. You can see his average rating down there was falling. He was on 7 grand a week, that's roughly what he was on with us. He was our only team leader, which is the bad thing, but we've got 600k, potentially rising to 700k for him, so I was okay with that. Yi has also left the club. He was one of our backup midfielders. I didn't really want to sell him, but he was kicking up a stink. He wanted to leave. He was, causing problems in the dressing room. So we got him out for 40,000, which I'm okay with. Patrick, God bless him, he has also left the club. He wanted to play first team football. I was trying to loan him out because he's still a very high potential player, but no one was coming in to loan him. So what we've done is we've sold him on. You can see we only got 31k for him now, but we have a 50% sell-on clause. So whatever he gets sold on for in the future, we will get 50% of that. Now, we, being Shanghai Shenxin, we may have left the club by then. His current value of 1.5, oh no, his costing value, that's 17,000. So he's decreased in value since he left. But he's back in Brazil. I'm sure he will play at some point and hopefully get better. But he served us well. He got us promoted. But unfortunately, that's as far as he could take us. A couple of other youngsters went out on loan. And then, of course, Hao Xiang, didn't want to sell him. I was very surprised to see a bid was accepted for him, to be honest. But we've covered it. We kind of borderline had too many central defenders anyway, and I was able to sort of scramble. This was deadline day, by the way. I was able to scramble and get somebody else in. So let's have a look at the ins, because this is what we really care about, isn't it? We'll start with Chien Chum Nam. This is, now remember, Hong Kong. We can have an extra Hong Kong player that doesn't sort of affect our foreign player limits. We do have a right back that's decent, that's right out on loan right now. We signed this guy as well as a young winger. You can see his physical stats there are quite good. He's potentially very, very good. Mental stats aren't too bad. He's only young. He's only 18. Dribbling's good. Crossing needs some work. But again, I think he's a really good young player. And left wing we kind of struggle with. I'm not sure if we're going to play with wingers this year necessarily, but he's there if we need him. Zhang Peng, this is our new goalkeeper after Zhigang was, of course, sold from under our noses last year. We needed a strong first choice goalkeeper this year. This guy was released by SIPG, as you can see, Shanghai, our local rivals. We've raided the rivals this summer, or winter it is actually technically, isn't it, because it's January. But I think, you can see that his area-rich communication and command of area are good, handling's good, reflexes are fine, agility's good, positioning could do a little bit of work. But all in all, I don't think he's a bad keeper. He's not as good as Zhigang, but he's not bad either, and only 19. Now, this is one of our new centre-backs, Hugh Rabao. Again, we raided him from Shanghai Shenhua. He had a relegation release clause, and of course, Shenhua got relegated last year. Very solid central defender. The physical stats are relatively good. Positioning's good. Composure's good. Everything's there. Marking's good. Passing isn't bad, and so is his vision. So there's a ball-playing centre-back there if we want him. So very, very good central defender. Antonio Wellington, this is our young Brazilian defender that we have also signed. I think defense is where we were lacking a little bit last year. So we've got look to strengthen that. But this guy is potentially anything. 19 years old. You can see physically very well rounded. Mentally is quite good. Positioning is good. It's actually technically that he maybe lets himself down a little bit in. But I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do a really, really good job. He's only 19. We got him for, what did we get him for? 50 grand, was it? 50 grand, potentially rising to 170. And he's almost at that value now anyway. So I think he's going to do quite well for us. Then we signed Li Quang. This is a striker. You can see here, very, very good physicals, which I do like. Good in the air as well. Off the ball's good. Needs a bit of work on his composure. Potentially quite good. He was one of the better young Chinese players that we could get in, so we went and did that. Because I think we're going to play with 2 strikers this year, but I'll go through the tactics in a second here. Ma Kulang. This guy is essentially in to replace Yi, who didn't play at all last year. This guy's come in as backup, 650 grand a week. What I do like about him, passing and vision are quite good. His physical stats aren't bad. I'm not pleased that he's declining here, but he's just going to be a backup there if we need him. And I think he's a really, really good backup, I think, because he can cover another number of positions in midfield. Now, these are the 2 that we'll you can see again, deadline day signings, 2 in on loan. Now, with Zin out of the club, we had 2. We had Chen Min, who's going to be first choice, and Zhu Ma. Now, Ma picked up an injury, so I sort of rushed out and got this guy in on loan. He's actually probably a little bit better than Ma, to be honest. He's probably the second best left back we have. So he's there if we need him. Not sure how much he's going to play, but it's just a loan deal. So that works out okay. And then this is our scrambled signing to replace Hao Zhen. And I actually think we've done quite well. We may have even upgraded, to be honest. Again, it's just a loan signing. So not one permanent. But yeah, as far as the loan signing goes, I think we did really, really well scrambling, again on deadline day. To get him in as cover after the chairman apparently just loves selling players. Now, the reason I'm not as angry this time as I was when he sold Zhang, partly because we were able to get somebody in to replace him, though I think we've hit our limit now. But I was wondering, just because we applied to upgrade the training facilities again, I'm like, how is it that we're still sort of really, really consistent with the balance despite having spent so much money upgrading facilities? So I went to income. 12 million in investments. He's putting a little bit of money into the club, so I can't really be upset if he wants $500,000 back here or there. I just wish he'd talk to me first and say, at least let me speak to him about it. But yeah, so he's put a lot of money into the club, so we'll give him a sale every season if that's what he wants. We'll let him have that, because if we look at the facilities here, we've upgraded again since you were last with us, I believe. So we've got good. We're going again, aren't we? But look at this: excellent junior coaching, established youth recruitment. That's improved since last time, and we are upgrading the facilities again. I think they're due to be done in a couple of months here. 20th of May, and we're with about the 20th of March. So about 2 months we'll have the new facilities. And I am looking for a senior affiliate to try and get a bit of extra money in and see if we can get some cheap loanees in, some good loanees. But nothing has come of that as of yet. And every other time I've tried, you can see it hasn't worked. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, let's have a look at preseason, see how that got on. And it was goals galore. So it went quite well. We played first up against Korea University. This was an excellent first up performance. Absolutely smashed them. Cifuente, Rubeo, Jinzan, Chen Min, and another new guy here, Ziwan. Actually, he was new last year. He's one of our young strikers as well. But 5 goals, absolutely smashed them. Songnam FC, this was again another decent performance. Xiaozuan and God rest his soul, because he's left us now, but Hao Zheng got a goal when he was playing in preseason. What annoyed me most of all is that I was trying to get the match fitness up, ready for the season. He was ready to go, and then we sold him. Anyway, then we played Zhongbuk Hyundai Motor. So this is a Champions League club, so let's bear that in mind. But we actually didn't start playing. You can see it was 1-0 at half-time, then 51st, 52nd, 50th, 51st, and 53rd minute, they went 4-0 up, 3 goals in 3 minutes. And then we started playing for some reason. Cifuente, 55th minute, got a second one, and then our young Hongian winger got the third for us. In the end, we were pushing him. It was a bit unlucky not to get a draw out of that one. Guangju, I think you'd pronounce this. This was a really, really good performance. It was a shame to concede that late goal, but Lian Bing, who is one of our youngsters, and if you want to have a youngster named after you, let me know in the comments. And Erpajan got the goals. Again, just solid. I'm not sure who this team is. They're an affiliate club. They were really, really poor, and we absolutely dismantled them. You can see Yu Qing with a penalty, Zuzwan with a double, Yi with a double, and also, again, our defender who has departed us with a goal. We did get Yi back on loan as well, but I couldn't get Hewley, the big towering centre-back that the game says is the right back. We couldn't get him back, but we did get Yi, who, of course, had our best passing completion last season, so really, really good to get him back. Then we played Nantong. Remember these guys from our promotion season. We were sensational in the second half here. It was 0-0 at half-time. Then we just absolutely ripped them to pieces. Jinzheng, Humam, Xiao Peng and Chen Min with goals, another 4 there. I mean, look at these goals, so many goals this preseason. Tianjin, we played these guys now. Of course, I think these were the league champions last year. I think they won it on the final day, didn't they? Because we beat Beijing. And it was 3-3. Now, we were against 10 men here. They were down to 10 men early at 0-0. But we looked quite good with the ball. We just defended really poorly. So Zinbo, I'm not sure who the Zinbo is. Who is Zinbo? Oh, that's the new left back we got in. That's right. So Zinbo with a goal, Jinzan and Junalung, that's the backup midfielder. They got the goals for us. And like I say, we didn't defend well. Then we played Guangzhou Evergrande, and this was a really good final hit out, to be honest. We went behind, 3 second half goals though, 2 to Jinzang and 1 to Xiao Yan. And that was sort of job done in pre-season. Now, there's lots of goals that we scored, as you can see. Let's have a look now at some of the best of them and get our whistles wet, because we're about to play Shanghai SPG in the first game of the season. We can score some good goals, can't we? That was quite impressive. I was really impressed with how we were playing, especially going forward in pre-season. Now, this is the league season preview, and what's expected of us? Absolutely nothing. We are once again favourites for relegation, 1,000 to 1 to win the league. I really want to try and push up and challenge for the Champions League spots this year. We've showed last year that we can beat anybody on our day. But we just need to be more consistent. But that's a little bit soul-destroying, isn't it? If you have a look at what the board expects, again, just avoid relegation. I mean, we should be able to do that, but I want more this year, boys. I want more. Chinese FA Cup 5th round, I mean, if we don't get to the semi-final, we're letting ourselves down there, aren't we? Because that seems to be what we do every year. But let's have a look at the team that we're sending out. Now, just to let you know, this is how I'm expecting to play most of the season. It worked really well in pre-season, and so that's kind of how I think we're going to play. However, for this game, we're going to change things up, and we are going to be a little bit more defensive because we're up against a very, very good team. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take out him, play an extra centre-back, and drop Humam in. So it is Zhang Peng in goal. We've already seen him. This is Yuri Ruse, of course, named after one of you. Let me know in the comments so you can get a regen named after you as well. Coming along quite nicely there, Yuri. We saw Rube already, and we've already seen him. Chinmen, sorry, the new first choice left winger. Very, very good physical stats. Really, really happy with this guy. He should do a good job for us. Li Feng in the halfback role. We will actually change that to a defensive midfielder for the game, but actually we'll change it to an anchorman. But anyway, there we go. You can see him. Very, very good defensive player. Now, if you remember, Cubas is suspended, accumulation of yellow cards at the end of last year, so Zhu He comes in for this one. He'll probably have the simple task of marking like Brummer or something, so I'm sure that'll be fine. Wheezy goes in midfield. I think he can have another year like he did last year. Last year's player of the year, of course. Then we could do anything this year. Again, it's going to be consistency and trying to get another good season out of him. Humam, he is a creative force. He can do anything on the ball. Look at that vision and passing. Flair is good as well. We need a big year from him. He's the new club captain as well, so we need him to lead the way. And for this particular game, we'll play him on attack as well. Then the two men up top, Cifuente, again, we need big performances from him. A really, really good striker, and hopefully he can do like he did last year for us. And Jin Zhang, he only scored 2 goals when he got to us, but I signed him because I thought he was a really good striker, and hopefully he'll continue to show that for us this year. On the bench, since it's the first game, this is our backup goalkeeper, Ling Junhui. He's not great, but he's decent enough as a backup. As I said, Yi, got him back on loan. He'll usually start, but for this particular game, he is going to be... we need to bring another guy onto the bench, another midfielder, don't we? Yeah, so he will usually start, but for this game, not the case. We've already seen Bo. We've already seen Lin Yi. We just saw him. Hong Tao, really good defensive midfielder. So he is on the bench as well, sort of back up to Feng. Erpajan, he's sort of back up for Human, can also play on left wing. It looks like he's developed as far as he's going to, but he's not a bad backup to have either. And we've already seen Yun Quinn, I think. He's one of our new strikers, yeah. So it's only the Chinese. I think they were 3rd last year in the Super League. So what could possibly go wrong? All right, so we can see the way they're lining up. It's still Bruma, Oscar, and Druisi. They're just class, aren't they? What that does mean, though, is that you could potentially get at their defence. So we can aim for that. It's a really, really tough start to the year away to SIPG. We've got nothing to lose here, show everyone what we're capable of. Let's go out with that. Just keep it calm, give them some faith, and hope for the best. All right, and here we go. It's gonna, at least we'll get an idea, won't we, of, is it realistic for us to look to challenge at the top of the league, or are we just going to get a massive dose of reality here? I kind of fear the second, if I'm honest. I'm really worried that Zhu He up against Bruma matchup, that potentially doesn't bode well for us. They're looking quite deep in midfield. We might look to just exploit the flanks here. You can see they've got 2 sort of blockers in front of their back 4. So yeah, we'll just bear that in mind, trying to attack out wide. If we attack out wide, you never know, we might be able to pin back their 2 attacking midfielders, force them to come back with us. So we'll see. We've got some nervous looking players, but 25 minutes in, this isn't this isn't too bad, but the highlight is about to begin. Come on, boys. Remember your training. We've been working on defence all week, I'm pretty sure. Just because, I mean, we scored a lot of goals in pre-season, but we did ship a few as well, didn't we? So that's over the top. Goalkeeper, that's yours, mate. Hacks it forward. All right, Cifuente has that. Can we build on this? He, in for Humam. Go on, son. Go on, son. Goes past him like he's not even there. Can he pick a pass now? No, he can, but straight to the opposition. But it's still with us. All right, go on, Yuri Ruse. Goes early, but there's no one there. That's not really what we needed, mate. Not really what we needed. Oh, no. Big save from the new keeper. That's what we like to see. Yeah, got away with a loose pass there, didn't we? Couple of debutants, of course, as well. They're looking a little bit nervous, but that's all okay. Jinzan has a yellow card. He's a striker. That should be fine as long as he doesn't go running off, celebrating a goal with his shirt off. But if he scores a goal, we'll take it. Druisi, we are riding our luck. That's 2 really good chances for Druisi, and he is absolute class. I can tell you that for a fact because he's one of my favourite FM players. Look at that. He's just amazing. If you ever get the chance to sign him, I know he's in China now. It's a bit difficult because you have to pay through the teeth for him, but he's a really, really good player. Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't really attack per se, but we held our own. Alright, so what do we say to this? I think I'm going to say I'm happy with that. And then we'll go down and tell people that aren't playing particularly well. I'm not going to tell him he's rubbish because he's already nervous. Sort of tip. If someone's looking nervous or anxious, don't tell them they're rubbish. Oh, we've switched off Fang, so this is going wonderfully well. We won't tell Wheezy he's rubbish because he's nervous. I don't mind telling the team they're playing well, but I don't want individuals to think they're playing well when they're clearly not. So we'll do that. We'll send them out and see how we go here. I did switch Fang back to an anchor man. So that's not really helping necessarily us attacking because we have essentially a back five. I'm kind of hoping that Human can kind of weave a bit of magic if we can earn a set piece. Oh, it's deflected. Can we get that clear? We can. Earn a set piece, get the centre backs up. Actually, you know what we should be doing is playing for set pieces. We might hit early crosses as well because we do have quite a few men back. All right, we need to defend corners well this year. We have been working on them in pre-season. I'm very well aware that was a massive problem for us last year. They're starting to look disinterested. We're frustrating them, and that's good. We're away from home here. Let's try to demand more. Wheezy's still looking nervous. We do have, and we might actually, this might be a good idea. We have a good passer of the ball on the bench. We'll take Wheezy off. Now we're going to lose a little bit because he's, as a ball-winning midfielder. But I just wonder if a good passer of the ball in there with Humam, two guys in there running midfield, whilst we exploit the flanks, but that's what we've got to do sometimes. Let's give them get creative. We've held them for 70 minutes. We've now had a shot from a mile out, I'm sure, but we're just starting to threaten them a little bit. Let's just go a little bit more direct. Let's give them something to think about here. Let's bring on this dude because he is a little bit more about him. And is there anything else you want to do? I don't think so. I'm relatively happy with how everybody's doing right now. Rubello's had a cracking debut, hasn't he? Alright, let's not throw this away in stoppage time. Oh no, we've let Joycey in behind. Oh no, it's blocked. Alright, counter-attack. Come on, boys, let's go. He has the ball. Ugh, not quite. You can see what he was going for there. And now it's coming back the other way. Oh, let's not throw this away. That's rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. Alright, 3 minutes to go. Can we get a cracking away point on the first day? Another highlight. This isn't the end. There's still a minute and a half to go. I'm talking behind my hands. That's not great, is it, for sound quality? Come on, boys. Let's get to that. Keeper saves it. Well done. Was that the highlight? Can we launch? Don't do anything stupid. Look at this. They're putting pressure on us up the field as well. He's going to do something stupid, isn't he? Don't do something stupid. Don't do so. This is against his former club as well. Okay, that's fine. Yuri Ruse. That's fine. We've got a minute to go here. Let's not throw this away. Come on, this would be a massive, massive point. Oh, no. Oh, what a save. What a save from the keeper. 45 seconds to go. Is that it? Oh, we need to defend this corner. Well claimed, kiddo. Well claimed. I don't think there's time to go the other end of the field. And you know what? We will take a 0-0 draw on the opening day away to Shanghai SIG. What is it? SIPG. That's it. Put it in. It's a rugby touch finder. Line out to Shanghai Shenhua. No, who was it? Shanghai SIPG. We're over time, ref. Blow it up. Big club bias. Blow it up, ref. Blow it up. Feng clears it. And that is it. I tell you what. As an opening day performance, it wasn't great. As a defensive opening day performance, that's a really, really good point. And now that makes you wonder, can we do something in this league this year? I'm going to say you've proved a lot of people wrong avoiding defeat. We weren't great. Let's not look at the match ratings. They're poor. But we got a point. We kicked and we screamed and we hated every second of it, but we got a point away from home against not only our local rivals, but one of the best teams in the league. That is a really, really good performance. Rubello was absolute class, wasn't he? Do I stick with the back three? But we really didn't create anything, so I think we were looking better. Well, we will continue the season on now, and I'll have a sort of a better look, and I'll go back to the other formation, especially if we're up against some weaker teams here, because they struggled last year. They were promoted. We've beaten them before. What we might do is we might come back for the FA Cup and Tianjin Yili. They got promoted this year. So I'll get sort of into the season a little bit here. I think we'll do that. We'll come back for the FA Cup 4th round. I'm not sure who we're up against yet. And then this team who were promoted last year. Guys, if you have enjoyed that, do make sure you hit thumbs up. I know there wasn't any goals. Well, there was goals. There's pre-season goals, but they don't really count, do they? But Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that is a cracking away result on the opening fixture. If you are new to the channel, just discovering us for the new season, welcome. Please do subscribe if you are so inclined. And guys, yeah, as I said, I love the comments. If you want to have an academy regen named after you, we have a couple of really good prospects, so we can do that. Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of the transfers as well. I think we've done okay there. I really do. But until tomorrow, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.